Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on another layout about my grandson, and I know I've got quite a few of these lately, but I have been trying to get through some of the photos that I have stacked up here that need to be scrapbooked for his album. And this is another load layout, and today was about the royal colors, royal blue and royal purple, and that they got those colors from snails. And there was an additional prompt that was about telling something that was rare about you, or something that you rarely did. And I chose to do the one about the colors of, or basically it was to use a snail icon as a nod to where they got those colors. I guess actually the colors were Tyrian purple and Phoenician blue. And anyway, so I chose to use a snail. So I'm documenting actually my grandson's love of snails and how he actually got that. Well, I don't know if he got it from his mom, but my daughter was the same way when she was little. She loved snails, and you might have heard this before because I think I've documented a little bit about his love of snails before, but in this context, I really wanted to talk about how his mom was the exact same way growing up and how she still is like that to some extent. She will even move snails off the path if she comes across one. She doesn't want it to get squashed. So I am using a snail on my layout. In the upper right hand corner of that leafy paper there is a snail. He's got a purple body, and then my grandson is actually holding a snail, and there's a photo of my daughter with my grandson and my niece's little girl, and she is showing them the snails. So that is pretty much what I am documenting. I am layering up a whole bunch of scrap paper behind my photos, and I have mentioned this before, but if you don't do a lot of layering, the easiest way for me to describe it is if you're going to use something on one side, use it on the opposite side as well. So like that green stripe that I'm putting on there, I'm going to put it in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm also going to bring it down to the lower right-hand corner. You can use little tiny bits of paper as you see me doing there. As long as you do it on both sides, it keeps it in balance. They don't have to be directly across from each other, so you can see the red is in a diagonal fashion there. And if you have like breaks in the paper where it's small, the next layer you want to kind of cross over that break. I don't know if that is explained very easily, but let's say you have two layers that are next to each other and there's like gap in between, that the third layer should kind of cross over the gap. At least that's how I do mine. I don't know how else or how other people do theirs, but that's what works for me. And then I am inking up the edges of that green paper and my background paper with this kind of lime green, or maybe it's lemony yellow, I don't know, ink pad. And that is just a little ink pad from Prima. It's one of their chalk inkers. And I am not at my house doing this. I am away from home, and so I kind of packed things up, and those are the inks that I bring with me. They're just in a bag. You can see it in the upper right hand corner there. And I am following a sketch for this, and I believe it is a Chamel sketch actually. So I will try to remember to put that up here, upper right hand corner, and there you go. I paused and went ahead and did it. Okay, so I have two of the branding strips from, this is actually from Never Grow Up, I believe. Or actually it could be from Field Trip. I'm not 100% sure. It is a green tone that has it's tone on tone green with a kind of pie chart shape outline. And so I just brought that in to bring in a little more of that kind of bluish green color versus the limey greens. And now I am going to use the vellum from Never Grow Up, and I want to put a snail inside that jar, but I am going to put some white behind that jar as well because I didn't want the paper to show through, the green paper to show through. And so I think that's super cute, and it says I'll be okay, and that is really kind of like how they are with the snails. They take care of them, and And then it's not something they do every day. This is just something every once in a while. He has a fascination for the snail, and they'll put it into like a container with some food, and he can watch them eat spinach and all kinds of stuff. And so a little science lesson at an almost 2-year-old age. So it's really cute. And I decided to call this layout Share the Love, because she is sharing the love of animals with her son. And I decided to use these little mini tile stickers from one of Chamel's collections to write the word the, and then this navy blue with silver glitter on it is what I pulled share from, and then I am going to take the word hello and turn it into the word love. So I'm going to use the E, L, and O from hello, and then one of those hearts to be the letter V. And I considered cutting out the top of the heart so that it looks like a letter V, because typically I think you would use the heart to be the O. But because the bottom of the heart was so V-like, I decided to just leave it, and so hopefully it makes sense, and you can read it that it says love. I think you can, so hopefully other people think so as well. Now I considered putting that jar underneath the first 3x4 photo, but then I decided to bring it back down to the lower right hand corner, and I like that. And then I pulled it's a little round sticker that has leaves on it from the foam thicker pack, and the one that says best friends, and that is my grandson's pointing at the snail, and so it's kind of like a little speech bubble that says best friends, so I thought that would work there. And then I cut out this piece that says forever young, but it's in orange and it's not going to make the cut. I didn't use orange anywhere else on this layout. I think there is some orange in that leafy paper, but it's not really prevalent, so I didn't keep it there. I cut out 3 of the little wood stickers, or not stickers, it's from a wood grain paper there that has all the little words on it, like no bullies allowed, and I decided to use those in each of my embellishment clusters. I like that it kind of brings something natural to the layout, whereas, I mean, the leaves are natural, but the color is maybe a little bit more vibrant than you normally find in nature, so the wood kind of tones things down. And then I really like this sheet that has all these little tiny cut aparts, and there's a jar with those same leaves that is in the puffy sticker down below, and the same leaves that are in the background piece that is running horizontally across the page. So I thought that would look really cute there. And I am going to trim down some of the red on that. I do leave red, but I did trim down some. And that is going to be my little journaling spot, so I want to make sure I leave plenty of room to write. And as I am figuring out where to put things and what I want to do with them, I am also contemplating what I am going to be writing, because I want to make sure have room there. And when I put this red piece in, I played with whether it should be more left and off of the journaling spot, so I would have more room, or if I was going to write on to the right and the left of it, or what. So I was kind of like going back and forth and hemming and hawing about where that little red piece was going to go. In the end, I left it on the actual journaling spot, and it works out fine. I had plenty of room to write what I wanted to write, which is basically, like I said, just about her enjoyment of the snails when she was little and how he shares that same fascination. So I decided to ditch the orange piece. You could tell I wasn't really sure anyway if I was going to use it because it was not glued down. And then I pull in these leaves to just keep mimicking the leaves from above. And I am going to use that red flower up there, brings in more of the red and the yellow, and I am pulling off that big piece of foam and gluing it flat because it is a dimensional flower. It already has plenty of dimension in the layers that are there. It doesn't need a sticker in the back. And then since I'm not at home, I don't have my Muji pen. I'm using these, I think they're Faber-Castell or something like that. But one of them doesn't write well, so I had to switch out my pen, and that's always fun when you start writing a word and it doesn't write well. And then just to finish things off, I am going to add some yellow sequins. There are a few yellow ones left in this pack. These are from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I don't know the name of them. I apologize for that. But I am going to go ahead and add 3 to each of my embellishment areas. And that is pretty much going to do it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you again for spending time with me. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. I would really appreciate it. If you have questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Again, I appreciate your time today. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.